Fair Wind at 6 to 1. Star Path, which did open up joint favourites, now out to 7 to 1 from 5s. Then we've got 9 to 1, number 25, The Hobbit. 10 to 1 brings in 2, number 1, Overflowing River, and also number 19, Keeper's Call. 12 to 1 is number 2, Country Derry, number 4, Forest Fountain, and then we've got 14 to 1, 22, Rusty Fellow, 8, Bright Approach. Then we've got 16 to 1, number 23, Sabre King, also number 3, Court Croft, also number 7, Blue is the Colour, and also number 10, Caliva Star. 33 to 1 is number 13, Factor 10, Jeffries, Bakshi, and Fanion de Nureg.
Racing last but one, and Caliva Star jumped on into the lead at the... A pretty keen hold out in front. Also showing prominently is Real Gent and Fidair, who's running very freely. That's just behind the leaders. Hag's Way is prominent as well. Bright Approach comes next, and they're being followed by the one who led over the first fence, which is Croft Court. One who's pulling pretty hard in the midfield is Blue is the Colour. Bakshi is chasing the leaders together with Lady Buckland as they make this turn. Star Path is being held up with about 6 or 7 behind as they run on towards the fourth. And with that red cap, Caliva Star shows the way to this fence and leads over it from Real Gent. One who made a bad mistake there was Hag's Way, who pitched very steeply on landing and lost several lengths. Fidair and Bright Approach continue to show prominently. Croft Court on the inside is just in behind them. As the field all jump that one, Rusty Fellow has now dropped himself back to last but one. Polly Livewire remaining in last place. The Hobbit is being ridden along. That only has those 2 behind at the moment as they come to the fence, which will be the last in another 2 circuits. And it's Caliva Star and Real Gent from Bright Approach and Hag's Way. After these comes Croft Court. Fair Wind is tracking the leaders. Lady Buckland, Sabre King is racing out wide. Forest Fountains in the centre as they go over the next fence. See them all over it with Rusty Fellow and the reluctant The Hobbit as the back markers. Also towards the rear, Fanion de Nuri is being pushed along, so's Belitalier. Polly Livewire now has 4 behind, and one who's dropping out very quickly indeed at this very early stage is Relakino. Givry has about 8 or 9 behind at the moment. County Derry and Star Path and Jeffries being in the mid-division with that one, as too is Overflowing River and Devil Sting, who's towards the outside, and Sabre King racing very wide. Made a mistake at that fence. Now Relakino is becoming tailed off as Caliva Star continues to make it from Real Gent, Bright Approach, Croft Court, Hag's Way, Lady Buckland and Forest Fountain as they go over that fence, and then comes Fair Wind with Overflowing River. Star Path is getting closer. Relakino jumped wildly out to the right over the water. Rusty Fellow is last of the main body. Belitalier continues in the rear as they go over the next fence. And Bakshi and Givry there amongst the back markers. Polly Livewire also towards the rear as they go to another plain fence and clear that one. And it was Caliva Star at the one before the open ditch who led there. Relakino is getting further and further behind them. The Boiler White is also beginning to struggle badly as Caliva Star goes over the ditch in front of Hag's Way, who made another mistake there. Was in second, comes out of it in 4th place as Sabre King shows in second, then Bright Approach, Hag's Way and Lady Buckland, and they're being followed by Forest Fountain, Star Path, Real Gent, who's losing ground, Croft Court and Overflowing Rivers next. Real Gent is stopping rapidly. That made another mistake there. And after these comes County Derry with Fair Wind racing next. And we've got a riderless horse. I think that's probably Relakino. And yes, the jockey's walking away a long way after the open ditch where he obviously came adrift. So now at the fence at the top of the hill, which will be 4 out on the next circuit, Caliva Star and Sabre King were the 2 leaders as they went over it. One who's going very well at the moment is Star Path, hunting up the leaders. Croft Court is there as they come down the hill. Forest Fountain pulling really hard still is Lady Buckland. County Derry still travels well at this stage of the race as they jump the next fence. Go over that one. Well, the leaders have cleared it safely towards the back. We've got Jeffries, Rusty Fellow, who's in the rear as well. Fidare's dropped right out of contention. And the Boiler White is tailed off together with Be Littlear. And they're turning now towards the next. The Hobbit has never taken any interest in the race whatsoever so far. He can stay on late, but he's left himself an amazing amount to do. Polly Livewire is hopelessly tailed off, so is Devil's Sting, who's pulling up. But the leader there was still Khalifa Star with Rupert Abrahams. Croft Court in the yellow. The pink going with consummate ease at the moment is Star Path. Sheepskin Noseband stand side is Sabre King. Then the grey Bright Approach. After these, Lady Buckland, Overflowing River and Forest Fountain. Fair Wind, who made a bit of a mistake. After these comes Factor 10. This one is being followed by County Derry. After these, one who's never got involved so far, that's Keeper's Call, who's being ridden along. Fanny and Denuri is with that one. Real Gent up there earlier, struggling. Then comes Bakshi. Rusty Fellow is getting reminders. Then comes Jeffries, and it looks as though all the others are going to pull up now. The Boiler White, probably Givry. Hag's Way is pulling up. Belittlear probably will do any moment. Blue is the colour is pulling up. One or two of those are actually soldiering on, but they're miles behind as Khalifa Star leads over that from Bright Approach. And then comes Star Path with Overflowing River. Sabre King getting reminders from Tash McKim. Also being ridden is Croft Court. Forest Fountain's very much involved. Then comes Fair Wind, who's about 8 lengths from the leader as they go to the water. After that one, Factor 10, who's racing a bit wide, didn't jump it very well. Lady Buckland is beginning to struggle, and then comes Fanny and Denuri. Jeffries is going tailed off, and the only other one still continuing, Sue Sharrett and the Boiler White. All the others have pulled up at the back of the field, and in the rear of the main body, Bakshi, Keeper's Call, Rusty Fellow and Lady Buckland as they come to another plain fence. And as they jump that one, the leader that time was Overflowing River has gone to the front. There was a terrible mistake by Lady Buckland as they go towards the next. And this is the 6th from home, and it's an open ditch, and Sabre King still battling on the outside, has the lead here from Overflowing River. Star Path, who's been going so well throughout the race, now jumps up into 2nd place behind Overflowing River. Sabre King relegated to 4th behind Bright Approach. After these, Forest Fountain. Then comes Croft Court. Then there's a gap of about 3 lengths to the chasers there. County Derry, also Factor 10. Then comes Fair Wind. Bakshi, who was trying to make a bit of a move, made a mistake. Keeper's Call is making headway. Good headway round the outside as Overflowing River now goes on. But Star Path still travels very well. Bright Approach dashing up on the inside. On the outside as they go towards the 5th from home. Overflowing River, trying to win the race for the 3rd consecutive year, is out in front with Bright Approach and Star Path. Keeper's Call is right behind them. Forest Fountain is there as well. And County Derry on the outside is getting very close to the leaders as they race down towards the next, and this is the 3rd from home they come to now. Forest Fountain and Bright Approach and County Derry. Star Path on the inside and Overflowing River. The 5 of them were in the air together, and they've drawn clear then of Keeper's Call. Sabre King has been pulled up as they make this turn round towards the next fence and come down towards it, and Forest Fountain is out in front with Overflowing River, but Star Path now asked for an effort, goes through on the inside and takes it up as they come down towards the 2nd from home. So Star Path is travelling sweetly out in front here of Bright Approach, County Derry, Forest Fountain and Overflowing River. Star Path has quickened 3 lengths clear between the last 2 fences. The diminutive Bright Approach giving valiant chase in 2nd. County Derry on the stand side racing very wide. Then comes Forest Fountain and Overflowing River over the last. Good jump there when he needed it from Star Path, but Bright Approach is battling all the way to the line, and Bright Approach is getting up, finding more than Star Path. Then comes Forest Fountain, is trying to rally. After these is County Derry. It's Bright Approach as they race towards the line. Bright Approach. Polly Grundy rides the winner for John Burbage and Ollie Bush. 2nd for Star Path. 3rd was Forest Fountain. 4th County Derry. Bakshi finished like a rocket and was 5th.
Wins at 16-1. Second was number 6, Star Path at 7-1. And third, number 4, Forest Fountain at 12-1. Not running number 12, and there was, you amazingly, 27 ran.